14th, 2025, Addams Morgan Day. Can you just tell me your name right here for the camera?
Do you want me to look in the camera or are you okay? My name's Addison.
Addison. All right. Do I have permission to record this
Yes.
interview? Okay. Now, Addison, are you from the area, and if not, where did you grow up?
I'm from Arlington originally, but I've lived in DC for a few years and just recently moved to the Addams Morgan area.
Okay, and what was it about Addams Morgan that attracted you to the neighborhood?
I looked all over. I always knew that Addams Morgan was like kind of a lively place just for restaurants and bars and even coffee shops. But it was just what I could afford, actually. I share a one bedroom with my partner.
Now, I'm sure there are a lot, but what is a major drastic difference between Arlington and Addams Morgan that you've noticed having moved?
They actually have some similarities, like there's residential areas and a big bar area, because I'm from Clarendon. I grew up born to party, I like to say. But there's definitely different dynamics. There is a lot more diversity over here at Addams Morgan, and Arlington is not as diverse.
Okay. And you said, how long have you been living in Addams Morgan?
I've only been living in Addams Morgan for a few months, but I've been all around DC. Where did I live before? In Penn Quarter area.
Okay. Now, in the time that you've lived in, because I know you're still getting acclimated to Addams Morgan, but you're still very much associated and affiliated with the DC area.
Mm-hmm.
In the time that you've lived here, whether that be months, whether that be years, are there any drastic changes that you've seen in the neighborhood or the community, whether positive or negative?
I feel like Addams Morgan, my parents actually lived in Addams Morgan when they were younger, and they're quite old now. So they've seen a lot of changes themselves, but really some of the places that have been there for the longest time are still there, like Adams, Oregon, for example. I've noticed that the neighborhood is still very lively. I've noticed that the different groups of people have been kind of like coming into Addams Morgan, I think, like different music, like there's always been jazz and everything, but I guess the dynamics have changed a bit, but I think maybe for the better. I think it's like really fun now. Like I walk down the street coming home and there's music playing and people on the streets, and I think it's really fun.
So that brings us to today.
Mm-hmm.
What event are we currently at right now? What do you see as you look around?
We're at Addams Morgan Day, which apparently has been going on for a long time.
Okay, and you've never been before?
I've never attended before.
Okay, and how do you like it so far?
So far it's good. It's really hot out, but I think, we've got good lineup of music and events, family-friendly events as well. And yeah, so far the turnout it'll probably get, more people will probably roll in as the day goes on and more music acts come out.
Okay, and what's so far, because I know you said you just got here.
Yeah,
so
just
far,
got here.
What's been the biggest thing that's caught your eye as you've been exploring all the different stands and vendors?
Sure. There's some food vendors from the area that are coming out and kind of like getting people a chance to explore food that maybe they wouldn't have tried prior. There are bars coming out and they have drinks available for people to try just to enjoy the festivities. I like the music that's over by the Marie Reed School. It's like a family-friendly area, I think, and it looks like they're going to have performers come out and dance.
Very beautiful. Now, this is just a general question, not
Sure.
necessarily pertaining to this event, but what does community mean to you? Define it for me.
Community means, let me start that over. Community is a place where people can come together, share similar interests. That doesn't mean they have to be the same type of people, just they share similar interests. So I do think Addams Morgan has a really diverse community with people who are maybe all here for jazz, but they come from different backgrounds. So I do like that there's a lot of diversity in the area.
Now, how important is community for, like I know you already said Addams Morgan,
Sure.
just in DC in general, or even going back to Arlington, what does community look like over there as well?
Why community is important? Okay, community is important because people need a place where they belong. I do think that a lot of people come into DC for maybe government jobs, and it's harder for them to find community unless in their workplace they may. But for people who don't work in the government, I think you need community to feel like you belong. And otherwise you feel super alone. Like it is a really big area, like not just DC, but the DMV is really large. And you need that community, people who you can see like weekly, or a place you can go just to not feel alone.
Now again, I know that you said that you don't have much experience with this particular event, but again, just going based off of the things that you've seen thus far, what do you envision for the next upcoming years in regards to this event? Maybe something that you would add, maybe something that you would take away from it?
I think that it could get bigger. I think that there are a lot of people interested, and maybe there would be a larger turnout if it was marketed more. I only found out because of a flyer, because I live in the area. But I do think that this event should grow because it's really fun, and I think it does bring people together. Like, I moved into the area, have not met anyone since I moved here, but I mean, I have friends in the area already. But in Adams Morgan, I am still looking for a community, and so something like this is a good way to meet the local restaurant owners and bartenders, and to meet musicians who perform in the area and other people who live around here.
So you would say it's not easy, but there's a way to find community within this.
Attending events like ADMO Day is how you can find community.
Thank you so much for your time, and again, to say your name for the camera.
Addison.
All right, thank you so much, Addison.